18-year-old Clara Guerrero from Colombia is now just one match away from fulfilling her dream of becoming the AMF World Cup champion. In her way is Mel Isaac from Wales, who defeated her close friend, England's #1 Kirsten Penny, to reach this year's final. In its 36-year history, the AMF World Cup has been around the world. This year it's come to Portugal as the event reaches its climax, here at the Atlantic Pavilion. After thousands of qualifier matches, it's one best-of-3 match to decide this year's AMF World Cup champion of 2000. Will it be Mel Isaac from Wales or the strong favourite Clara Juliana Guerrero from Colombia? Okay, so this is the big one. This is the final of the AMF World Cup here in Lisbon. A record 88 countries entered this year's event. Not only did you have to win your national championship, you had to qualify for the last 8 out of all the best players in the world, and then you had to play a sudden death shootout. And now, to decide this year's champion, you have to win a best-of-3 match. This is 10-pin at its very best. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all from Wales, she has done incredibly well to get here. She's playing on top of her game at the moment. Please welcome Mel Isaac. Mel, this is it. This is what it's all about.
Pretty cool.
Did you think months ago when you started qualifying you'd be stood here now, a couple of games away from lifting the cup?
No, but there's nothing like pressure, eh?
But you love it, don't you?
Yeah, it's all right.
You think you can do it?
I don't know, we'll have to see.
We'll wait and see. Mel Isaac, ladies and gentlemen. Well, she's up against one of the very best players in the world, the Colombian champion, seeded #2. She is, of course, Clara Juliana Guerrero!
So it all comes down to this. 67 women started out in this World Cup competition. We're down to the last 2. Mel Isaac from Cardiff, possibly the surprise here. And Richard, if we had to pick out 2 things to say about Mel Isaac, it's consistency and composure.
Exactly, Nick. You know, I think her composure has been the real key, has impressed me all week long. She's very loose, very relaxed. Nothing seems to rattle her. As we see her taking her warm-up shot, she's extremely consistent. We're going to have a unique feature. We're going to show how consistent she is on our telecast here on this match. It's going to be exciting information.
That was the comments of Richard Shockley, one of the world's top 10-pin bowling coaches, and also joining us in the booth, Fred Borden, the head coach of Team USA. And Fred, I know you've followed the career of young Clara Guerrero down the years. This is easily her biggest match of her young career, but it's the first of many, you sense, isn't it?
She just seems to continue to get better and better and better, both physically with her delivery. Her mental makeup's always been special. She's got a certain calmness about her, a certain focus. She seems to never get rattled. She seems to thrive on the competition and the challenge. And even when you back her in the corner, she just stays real calm, real smooth, and real much focused. And she continues to think her way out of trouble. I've seen it happen 100 times.
So we are set for what promises to be a thrilling Women's World Cup final here in Lisbon.
AMF World Cup final. Ladies, game on.
So it's the 18-year-old from Medellin in Colombia to lead off. She led Colombia's women's team to a silver medal in the 1999 World Championships. She set a tournament record 6-game mark there of 14:07, but that was a team affair. She's very much on her own here. But she's looked so good getting this far. And how does she start this World Cup final? With the worst possible start, the Big Four.
See right here, she hit that ball real hard with her swing and just pulled on it a little bit. The nerves are there a little. Obviously, 18 years old, playing for a world title. Let's see if she can get the butterflies out of that stroke and start hitting that target.
Well, she gave it a good shot to get the spare, but she leaves frame one open. I suppose the only good thing we can say about that, Richard, is it's out the way nice and early.
That's right. Let's get those jitters out early. She'll make some good shots. See, she's going to relax there, talk to her coach a little bit. She'll get that free swing back in a moment.
Jairo Gomez, the respected coach, who's worked so well not only with Clara, but a whole bunch of good Colombian youngsters. Now then, Mel Isaac will have seen that. I'm sure, despite the coolness that both these young women have brought to this arena, there must be some nerves. This is a big-time occasion. And you sense it from the first ball of both these two.
There was a little tentative, little soft, just drop it off my hand. The other one was power hit. One snapped left, the other one floated right. Now let's see who can put it between those two shots.
Well, she's got the bucket to deal with. The four of them together. But as much as you tell yourself, yeah, this is just another game, it's not, is it?
No, not at all.
Oh, she just did it. But just was good enough. She dug herself out of a hole there and spared.
What a break that was. She pulled that dead left and caught those going away. That was a lucky spare right there. That could set the tone. Luck, we know, plays a part of winning world titles, and right there, oh.
Well, you need a break. She just got one. Looked good in the quarterfinals against Anne-Marie Putney, the Australian. Destroyed her good friend Kirsten Penny from England in the semi-final. And here she is, the biggest game of her life, the social worker from Cardiff. And look at that, a split on the left lane as well.
Boy, Nick, as we've seen all along in all the matches, men and women, the left lane, lane one here, is a real test. That's the key to winning this world title, is who can capture that left lane.
I think you're right, Fred. It's going to boil down to shot making on lane one.
This is a terrible situation to be in, and she went for the clip to try and get the spare and leaves them both standing. But again, just as with Clara Guerrero, it's out the way early, settle down, move on. Well, isn't it interesting? This left lane, lane number one, it's caught both of them out early, hasn't it?
It's nearly impossible, Nick, to go through a couple of games here without some open frames. So it'll boil down to who throws the least open frames, because I don't see where the scores are going to be real high. It's a real demanding condition.
Well, we wait for our first strike of this final. Is Guerrero going to deliver on cue? Nope. They're both just a little hesitant here, aren't they?
The right lane's just going a little long, not flipping. Both of them come up a little light on the right lane, as you see. The ball gets right here at the hook point, no hook. Opposite happens on the left lane. Gets right to that hook point, flip through the nose. Who can make the adjustment?
Well, we saw Mel get a little break with her spare ball. What does Clara do? Yeah, no problem at all. So, a shaky start for these two. And here's this awkward left lane. Guerrero has sorted that out.
Just moved out, put the power on the shot, put the velocity, put it on line. Just all swing with a little bit of rotation. But look at the swing go through, right through.
So the pressure switches back to Mel Isaac. The first strike of this World Cup final. Took us a while, but there'll be plenty more, I can promise you. Now, Mel Isaac just needs to settle down, calm those nerves. It's just not there at the moment, is it?
Right lane's not giving you much hook power. Need to move to the right, huh, Coach? Make an adjustment, move out, and let that ball roll up to the pocket.
Got to get good roll, get a little adjustment with those feet. Now's the time.
You know, that's what you do with the CATS unit, the computer-aided tracking system at Kegel. You compute all that stuff, the initial velocity and the angle and all that stuff in our training program. And right now, she needs to know those numbers. She needs to move out.
Exactly right. Let's make some adjustments.
Well, open. So, 2 open frames.
See if she can refocus here, make the adjustment, make the shot.
And there's this awkward left lane.
Great shot.
That's a great shot. That's a direct line, Fred.
She moved out, didn't she, Coach? She sure did. She moved to the right. Now she moved to the right on lane 2. And all of a sudden the game could be on. Both these ladies are making those adjustments. First few frames, finding out what do I need to do.
Welcome back to the women's final. We're still in game 1 between Clara, Guerrero and Mel Isaac. We're joining it at the start of the 7th frame.
It so often spins around on one little thing somewhere, doesn't it? Neither of these two have yet made what you'd consider a big mistake. Maybe they won't, but certainly this lead not insurmountable. So, she's got a spare out again.
Now, if Isaacs gets up and throws a strike, she cuts this lead right down to 11 pins. But she needs the double to cut it to 11.
Here's Guerrero. She's got to maintain her focus as well. Make sure she gets that pin, and she doesn't leave much doubt in the mind, does she? And Ira Gomez immediately offering some words of wisdom and advice. But with 3 spares in a row there, the 18-year-old Colombian has allowed Mel Isaacs a chance to just stick a big toe in the door here, if not the entire foot. But she needs this. Oh, no.
Very difficult spare here, obviously. I've only seen this made maybe 3 times in all the years of watching people shoot at it.
Now then, this is a real pressure ball.
I've seen a lot of pins bounce out of the back end.
Sure have today.
Whoa!
Oh, and she got the bounce, but didn't get the pin.
Fred, you almost called that one. Look at Mel's numbers here. Let's see her speed there on that last shot. Around 17.9, which is an average ball speed for most ladies, isn't it, Fred? Around 17.5 miles per hour.
Yes.
Around that 12.5 board.
But an open frame.
You could see that pocket location. That last number said 20.3. The head pin's right on the 20th board.
Right.
So it hit just a little left of center, just 0.3 of an inch left of center.
Here's frame 8. Oh, she got the strike. Boy, did she need that.
Wow. There's a light hit. Much better shot.
That one was right around that 17 board at the pins, huh, Coach?
Sure
When you hit that
was.
17 and a half board at the pins, that's a strike. You hit the 20 board, that's dead on the nose, that's the split. And that was the difference between those two shots. That's that final number, that board location right at the pin triangle.
There it is.
That top number there, the green numbers.
See that 16.0? Boy, that's a good position.
Oh, you want a good position? Check out Clara Guerrero. She's in good shape here.
Right. You know, when we count these boards, we count from the right edge to the left edge, right? There's 39 boards on the lane, so we want to count from right to left.
And the first arrow's the 5th board, second arrow's the 10th, 15th the 3rd, 20th, 25th, 30th, 35th. There's 7 arrows out on the lanes, and the pin triangle is a mirror of those boards that we see at the target area.
Oh, she's in real good shape here now, Guerrero. Just strengthens her grip on this first game.
What a marvelous stroke that was. She just floated her swing back, let it float to the bottom, and then just went right through with that swing.
Beautiful swing, loose and long. That is an excellent pocket hit.
Looked like a ballerina on that shot.
Take a look at those numbers.
17-2 at the pocket. That's darn near what we call absolutely perfect. 17.5 is absolutely, that's 3/10 of an inch from 60 foot away.
Right.
Mel Isaac sees his first game slipping away, and it's going to slip even further away with that. And this is not the Mel Isaac we saw in the quarters and the semis.
As we've said many times, she needs to use these last few shots to try to find something to change her mindset, to get her confidence level up, to give this next game, I shouldn't say last game yet, because we've seen some strange things happen.
We have. So often a game can turn on something seemingly innocuous, but right now, Mel Isaac, whose consistency and composure have carried her this far, well, certainly the consistency is missing at the moment. Well, this is a real nasty one to deal with, and it's another open frame, and in a final of the World Cup, you cannot leave. I think that's 4 open frames now. She's left in 9.
She's been hitting this left lane. She struck the last 3 shots here on this left lane. That right lane's the one that's giving her trouble, and usually it's been reversed. That's sort of surprising, huh, Coach?
Sure is. Very surprising.
But for somebody who's been clocking over 200 consistently...
Better. That's the one.
4 in a row on the left lane.
Welcome back to the final of the Women's AMF World Cup. Clara Guerrero took the first game. We're into game 2 now at the halfway stage.
So here's Isaac again. Oh, a delayed reaction, but it counts.
Some more good numbers there, right up the lane. That was a little right. That was a little right compared to the last shot.
Sure was. Look at that fluid swing. Very aggressive. Wow. A little lighter on the head pin.
Good ball roll. We've got accuracy and ball roll. When we put the two together, there are those numbers,
There
Richard.
you go. Right. 16.4.
18.8 again on that velocity.
And the pressure's on Guerrero now. And she doesn't get the break.
Tough break.
What a great shot that was for a high shot in the pocket for a solid 7.
Oh, she put a lot into that, didn't she? Look at that.
Oh, just a touch high.
To be able to apply that much power to a ball and still hit your target is the combination we always look for, and this young lady is tremendous.
Well, she's yet to make the big mistake, the teenager, and she just never looks like she's going to make it, does she? That spare handled with ease. But it all means that Mel Isaac has got herself back into this match, you know.
She's looking at a 17-pin lead right now.
Frame 7 of game 2 of this World Cup final. The 18-year-old from Medellin in Colombia doesn't give up one of her best balls there.
There's our tough left lane, Fred. Just a little hang there. Man.
As well as she was lined up, the bowling ball tracks the oil. Every shot moves the oil. The lane is in constant flux. You have to make adjustments constantly. That's what makes this game so difficult.
See Clara's velocity, man, is very consistent. You see there that 14.7? touch light.
That's light. You can't strike on 14 numbers usually.
Sure.
That is too far right. We got to get it up to 16, 17, and 18.
And she's got to make sure of this one, and it's not easy,
Classy
but look
shot.
at that. She just makes it look easy, doesn't she?
Unbelievable that she has the presence of mind to move to the right and the tenacity to go up there and hit her target and make this difficult split. That was a perfect shot.
And what she's doing is just chipping away at Mel Isaac, just saying, I'm still with you, I'm still with you. You slip, I'm going to be right behind you. So Isaac really needs to keep her rhythm going, working a double here. She needs this. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, she got a lucky break before, but the luck ran out there.
All of a sudden, going from 40 pins down to 6 pins with this match, all of a sudden, they're turning the stretch here, and it's neck and neck.
Look at there, Fred, and they're in the front location. She was a little bit left, but see that 20.4 at the pocket.
It's just right on the nose, and you'll get a split most of the time when you throw it on the 20 board. That's dead on the nose. The head pin is right centered right on the 20th board.
So she's still clinging to a lead here, but oh, she wanted more than that, didn't she? And that's brought this thing right back neck and neck, and it just goes to show one open frame anywhere and everything turns around.
It's a 5-pin match all of a sudden. Keep stringing them, you pull away. You throw one open.
Your opponent's back in there. And now she badly needs a strike just to keep that lead. Oh, and she was lucky to avoid the split.
Oh, she was right up on that 20th board again, wasn't she?
Sure was. There it is.
20.9, huh? That bar number on the right. And her launch velocity, the velocity's good. It's just the angle. When you get your swing out away from your body a little bit, then the angle change, you throw it right up to the 20 board. I think she got her swing out a little bit on that shot.
Believe so.
Has to make this one. It just looks so easy, doesn't it? But in this situation, it's anything but. Oh, my goodness me. Oh.
Close to the chop. How close was this one?
And this ball just grabbed the lane a little there, didn't it? And grabbed that lane with that tilt. Oh, thanks for that extra little coat of coating that AMF put on that pin there.
Yeah, without that bit of varnish, Mel Isaac is in real trouble. I think she might be in trouble anyway as we get down to the business end of game 2. Guerrero is such a strong finisher. Oh, plenty of velocity on that ball, wasn't there?
Sure was.
Oh, you called it, Nick. Just a little more velocity than she wanted.
Right up around 17.9 miles per hour, a little right of that target, that 15.
Yeah, that far right number, 15.3, and you can see the other numbers were closer to that 18.9, 19 number, and that one was 3-4 boards right, and it shows up at the pocket.
So, well, on that spare ball as well, and she spared out so well in this match. So, we are through 8 frames, and Isaac clinging desperately to a lead here.
7 pins separates these two great young stars in the sport of bowling trying to win the AMF World Cup. 7 pins, 2 frames to play.
Guerrero needs to keep it together to maybe wrap up the world title. Isaac needs to keep it together to take it to game 3. Whose nerve's going to hold? Look at that. Look at that.
Now's a good time to have that one.
That's what we call setting it up, getting one to go home on. A strike in the 9th, you got 3 in the 10th. Now she's putting the destiny in her own hand with that key shot in the 9th.
Yeah, look at that. The timing on that was terrific.
Oh.
Wow, look at all these consistent numbers. 18.8.
Compared to that
strike.
last shot, that's 4 boards left of that last shot, so it's just high flush in the pocket with a 19.3 angle.
This could be the biggest ball of the match.
There it is. Oh boy.
Wow.
Match. Yeah.
Back at you.
Wow. Talk about a pressure ball.
Unbelievable for that young lady to go up there and throw that when her opponent got up in the 9th and threw one. Now it's your turn. She says, okay, I'm going to answer this challenge.
Anything less than a strike and that lead would have gone. And remember, she's a game down. She has to win this one to take it to game 3. Frame 10. The pressure still intense on these two young players. It has to be another strike for Mel Isaac.
There it is.
Unbelievable shot.
Cool as ice. Look at that.
Wow. You know how hard this is to do right here?
How did she say? So
Just-
relaxed. Look how consistent those numbers are, Fred. Beautiful. Boom. 18.9. Perfect strike.
Well, the thing is, fellas, she needs to do it again.
Yes, she does.
She does it again here. She's going to lock her opponent out with another strike and a good fill. She's got a 7-pin lead. She got the double. This is to win this match.
And you don't want Guerrero bowling to win the match, that is for sure. So she's got to get this one. And does. She's locked her out.
There you have it. You're going to go to this third and final game. This is going to go to the wire.
What a great, great shot that was.
She's got to stay behind the foul line.
Well, Richard, you said it right at the introduction. You said one of the key factors with this woman is composure.
She certainly is. She has really, really showed me something here. Intense pressure, world pressure, Fred. She comes through in the clutch.
Really amazing at her young age that both of these young ladies can muster up what it takes to play at this level.
So Isaac to win game 2, which she does. It's enough.
She had the presence of mind, said, all I'm going to do with this shot is hit the head pin, get a good count. That's 207. The best Guerrero can shoot is 202. So no matter what happens, she's got a 5-pin.
And she's turned it around. She's got back to that 200, 210 mark that she was clocking up in the quarters and the semis after that aberration of the 150.
Well, Nick, I don't know about you, but my palms are sweating.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
There are.
I tell you, I thought Guerrero had this one. I really did, but Isaac showed tremendous mental toughness to fight her way back into this thing. And that with 2 open frames in that game as well for the Welsh woman. And it's all going to come down to game 3. It's what you want in the final, isn't it, fellas? You don't want to see somebody blow the other one away. You want to see a real close one.
Great match.
And you know what? You got 2 of the nicest young ladies. I think it dispels the fact you have to be mean, you got to be this, you got to be that to compete. You've got 2 real nice young ladies playing here at a real high level.
Absolutely right. So the last ball of game 2 from Clara. Just an experimental one, nothing to worry about there. And we are going to take the Women's World Cup final into a third and deciding final game.
Welcome back to the third and deciding game in the Women's AMF World Cup final. We join the action at the start of frame 5.
Boy, is this a tense final. Not a sound in that auditorium.
Oh boy.
Well, if one of these 2 can find the strike zone, that title is there for the taking, but both of them are struggling. They're getting their spares, but where have the strikes gone for both of them? Guerrero hasn't had a strike in this third game.
Move to the left. Across the lane with that no-hook ball, the ball that goes straight.
Look out.
Oh, it hung on. I thought it was gutter bound, that one.
That little tilt. Ooh.
That launch angle scared me in the beginning.
Isn't that the truth? Got out to them first board, just sort of hung on there. That dry board, that one board's dry.
Yeah.
There's no oil on that one board. There's been no bowling balls thrown out there, so thank God it hit that dry spot and flipped over.
But look at that, 5 spares in a row for Guerrero. And Isaac, well, she started off game 3 with a strike. Boy, does she need one now. They just can't find. Oh, well. They just can't find them together. Those two lazy pins that fell down will help her keep her tucked in just behind.
That makes the pin count still 6. She's down by 6, but those couple pins, as you say, often is the difference in the match.
Well, it could have so easily been 8. These two lazy ones that drifted down there, that's 2 points scoring. And she has to make absolutely certain of this. Yeah, she does. And so still halfway through this third game, 6 pins between them. How can you smile at a time like this? Talk about ice water in your veins.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
My palms are sweating, Fred, and I'm stood up here.
Oh, wow. I hear you.
You just get the feeling whoever finds the strike zone first is going to be World Cup champion.
Seems like the lanes keep getting slicker and slicker. The oil gets carried down. You can see the oil there. See the traces of oil coming toward the head pin there. You can see it tracing down. Now the balls are not turning into the pocket as well.
Now what can Isaac find here? Yes! Oh, she got one!
Just lined right up her straight high flush in the pocket. So it's not going to hook. I'll just put it right on the 17.5 18th board.
Now we're at the back of the lane, Fred, around that pocket. Let's take a look at some of those numbers. We also have what we call a 3.2 angle of entry there.
It means the tilt, or the farther south, and the ball's moving toward the pins. It was 3-2, but you notice the next number, pocket location, 18-4, compared to the shot before was 16-1.
Right.
Now here's Guerrero needing a strike to stay in the lead.
Oh,
He's got one.
how good is this, Nick? These ladies just responding to the challenge, saying, okay, you strike. She hadn't had a strike in 5 frames, and she gets up and throws a strike. She answered the challenge.
What a battle this is. It's a battle of nerves. It's a battle of wits.
Nice and fluid, Fred. Look at those swings.
Yeah, nice and loose. Good releases right through. Both follow-throughs. That follow-through so complete with both of these players.
Look how they keep their eyes riveted on the ball right through the pins.
Now Guerrero looking for a double. Nope.
What a great shot that was for a solid 9. Are you kidding me? Wow. What a tough break that was, to throw it that good
Great shot.
and to leave a solid 9 pin.
Just got to make sure. Just got to make sure of this. And that is the first mistake that she has made, and it could be huge.
She dropped that ball completely off her hand, just lost it at the foul line. It was twirling down there. Look at her looking at her hand. Something happened here right at the bottom. She just lost that ball. Look at it. Look at the twirl. You can see it.
Wow. Almost a full.
Wow. What a surprise that was.
She's fighting the ring finger, it looks like, Fred.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to patch her finger. Maybe she's cut her finger or something.
Now,
I couldn't believe that.
Has Mel Isaac got a killer streak? She can grab this world title.
Yep, she's working on that
with
finger.
a good ball here. Is this her moment? Oh, look at that!
It's a commanding lead now. All of a sudden, she's opened up a lead here.
Sure has.
She's got a 16-pin advantage all of a sudden.
Take a look at those numbers, Fred. Right in the back of that lane. She's right there again. Boom. Pocket location, 18.5. That'll work every time. Good entry angle also.
Frame 8. A 16 or 26 pin potentially advantage here for the number 6 seed from Cardiff, who all the experts said had done well just to make the last 8. Got destroyed in game 1, but she has her destiny in her hands right now.
Oh, another one.
What a great shot. Working on a double. She was looking to put this match away. This match is still alive for the little girl from Colombia.
Look at that.
Looking 15 pins separates these two young ladies from putting that name on that World Championship AMF World Cup trophy.
Now, we saw Guerrero make a mental error in this situation. Isaac.
Whoa, little nerve shot.
Hardly surprising, Richard, under the circumstances.
Yes.
These nerve ends must be frayed for both these players.
That's when you tend to almost lose your sensation in those fingers if you're not careful.
Oh, your brain can go dead. Your sensitivity in your thumb and your fingers can turn to cotton. You don't feel the ball.
You see those hands that were shaking when she took that swig of water there.
It's a
understandable.
15-pin advantage for Isaac over Guerrero, but remember, Isaac just bowled a spare, a strike here for Guerrero, and the lead would be down to 5. She's got to find the strike here. Oh, and that was unlucky.
Oh.
That was unlucky.
She got lucky to get 9 out of that one.
That's not what she wanted.
Look
There
at
it
that.
is.
Now here she comes, Trish, coming a little high on that head pin. Whoa. Absolutely. Got over there at the 22 board.
Now then, do you think she'll make this mistake twice? I doubt it.
Nope. Perfect. Dead center.
Right on it. She wouldn't do that. Very often something happened. I think the patch actually pulled off of her finger at the moment of release because she had a patch in her hand. It came loose.
Frame 9, fellas, of game 3. Just 15 pins between them. Pick a winner.
This is nearly a must strike right here.
Oh, she got it. She got it.
There's the
Oh,
pin off the wall. What a shot that was. Wow.
Not many times you're going to see this action come off of the kickback plate. Watch this one.
Watch these pins. Watch these pins go off the wall. That one pin, she hit it so light it went dead left and came off and caught the 2. Hit the one pin into the sideboard and back into the 2. That was some kind of pin action.
And it flips the pressure back onto Mel Isaac, who is just in front here, but struggling to hold off a late challenge from her opponent. And she needs the strike here just to keep that 15-pin advantage.
Good, huh?
She's got it too. Oh boy, that's a response. That toughness that we talked about has really come to her aid in this match.
The title's right in her hand here, Nick. She's got it right in her hand. She's going to step up on this lane 1. She throws the beautiful shot here, mixes them up. Now, can she do it again?
Well, doesn't that first game seem a long, long way away when I thought Mel Isaac was going to be blown out of this final? A very disappointing 150. But look at this.
This strike here can win this young lady the AMF World Cup.
Just 10 pins and 60 feet between Mel Isaac and the World Cup. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? And she's got it.
There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. She just needs to stay behind the foul line. The best Guerrero can shoot if she struck out is 200. If she gets 9 here, she's going to the 204 pace. She needs to move back a little bit and make sure she does not go over the foul line, and the World Cup belongs to her.
Right now, it's her cup.
She knows it, doesn't she? She knows it. Look in her eyes. She knows how close she is now. The number 6 seed. That's what she is going to take away from Portugal. Who would have believed this?
It's good enough.
That's it. We have a new champion.
It's going out in fashion. She can shoot 215 here. Look at that smile. It's just dawning on her what's happening.
Look at that great smile.
She's as cute as a speckled pup, isn't she?
Oh, throw that breath out. Add your name to that cup.
When you consider that 150 in game 1, and I think we all looked at each other and said, well, this one's over. Nope, not so. Look at this. What a comeback.
Classic.
What a finish. What a finish. That's the finish of a World Cup champion.
Look at that. Look at the sportsmanship here.
Terry Richards, the coach. They believed in each other throughout this tournament. And Mel Isaac, who came in as a bit of a surprise quarter-finalist, is a World Cup champion. And everybody applauding. And as you say, the sportsmanship here is just terrific. And you have to say Clara Guerrero has played her part as well.
Well, let's remember, she's only 18 years old. She's going to be here many times in her career. She's a marvelous talent. She's a wonderful young lady. You know, the bad part here, Nick, is that someone had to lose.
That's right.
Because these two gals are both world champions in the eyes of all of the bowling people that were here. They know how good both of them are.
And didn't they serve us up a special final?
Wow.
What a terrific battle this has been.
Wonderful show.
It was a match worthy of the final, wasn't it?
Certainly was. My palms are still sweating, Fred.
Oh, unbelievable. And look at her. She's still focused, and she's still going to get up there and fill frames.
The last ball of this Women's World Cup competition. And appropriately, it's a strike from Guerrero. Nice to see her go out on a high. What a terrific competitor. Two great competitors here, and a standing ovation for these players.
What it's all about.
What a match. So Mel Isaac, the social worker from Cardiff in Wales, overcomes a dreadful start to become the 2000 World Cup champion. She wins by 2 games to 1.
And so to the runner-up. She has played so well this week to get through qualification, very nearly took the title. But I think you'd all agree she's done tremendously well. Clara Juliana Guerrero! And now this is what the tournament is all about, becoming the AMF World Cup champion. I think dreams do come true. This girl has done incredibly well. From Wales, Mel Isaac!